home from school and they're hungry. Registered dietitian Michelle Jaelin has healthy snacks that they can make.
Yes.
Love this idea.
Great. Yes. Thank you for having me. So we know after school when kids get home, you know, they tend to be really hungry. We want to nourish them without having them ruin their appetites, right? So starting here, I have an idea right here. Now kids, even though they may not be able to have nuts in schools, they make really good after school snacks. And they also make really good portable snacks that go from sports leagues to after school programs because they're nice and portable here. You can just have them with some dried fruit here. Right there, the fruit gives them some energy because of the carbohydrates.
And a tiny bit of sweetness, right?
Yes, and a tiny bit of sweetness. And then the protein and the fiber keeps them full longer. You can even have fresh fruit. Here I've got two versions, a savory one and a sweet one. Recipes on my website.
Okay, and this is really good. And I've tried them both, and I'm like, I love them both.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a good way to do your own flavoring for almonds if you find them kind of boring, even though they're not. They're really good for you.
Yes, almonds
are it's a different taste.
Yes, absolutely. So now, if kids get home after school, a lot of times too, we reach for things that we're hungry. And a lot of times too, you know those microwave pizzas that used to be like really, really popular? This right here is like a healthier version of them. Also a lot of fun. So an adult can pre-chop the zucchini right here. And all kids have to do...
And who doesn't have a ton of zucchini right
Yes,
from their neighbors or their families or whatever. So it's a good way of using that.
Yes. So I'm going to have you put on the tomato sauce. Just put tomato sauce on your sliced zucchini, and I cut them into coins because they're nice and small.
On an angle. What could go wrong?
It's nice and small.
Okay.
Well, I still cut them in half because this is a large one from a garden. Yeah. And then I'm just going to top it with some cheese, some shredded cheese right there.
Okay.
And then you would pop it into the toaster oven at 400 for 10 minutes. And then when they come out, they look like this.
Okay, that's a great idea. So then they're soft, but then they're still you're sneaking in vegetables kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it tends to have a pretty neutral flavor, zucchini, so cheese and sauce, you can't go wrong.
Okay, good.
Okay, so moving on here. Now, here we got some 2-ingredient popsicles, and I made them with this new yogurt from Danone. It's sugar-free, and it's also got no artificial flavors and colors. First product new to Canada, and also you can use it in many healthy recipes, like this one here, or you can have them on their own like that as well.
Okay, so this recipe here, all you used is the yogurt and some pureed strawberries, and you just mixed it together and popped it in the freezer.
That's correct.
And that's it.
Yes, and so when the kids get home from school, what they can do is they just take it out of the freezer, and if it's hard to get out of the molds, which sometimes it is, just run them under some warm water and they should slide out easily.
And pop out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better alternative to ice cream.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay. And so my last tip right here is often when we don't have our vegetables prepped and ready for us, we tend to not want to eat them as much because of the work.
Oh, you've got to bring out the cutting board and you've got to cut it, right? And everything. And if you have really little ones, then they shouldn't be using a knife.
That's right.
If you're not there.
That's right. So having some pre-cut and washed fruits and vegetables, I think, is always a great tip. So here I've got, and I put them in these clear jars so you can see them. So the first thing you see, cucumbers, carrots, I've got some grape tomatoes right there, and then fresh fruit is always nice too.
Okay, and you've got just a little dipping sauce there. Now, what about talking to kids about portion size? I guess if they're eating too many vegetables, that's never a problem, right?
Is that a problem?
It can never, ever be a problem. It's probably won't happen. But I guess it's just showing them what like a good portion is, right?
Yes, and usually, kids with finger foods, you just keep offering to them. I find usually the challenge is getting kids to eat them. And the trick is also just to keep offering them, just keep having them. And one day they might be like, yes, I'm going to have that carrot stick.
Okay, it's like, Mom and Dad, there are no more chips in the house. All we've got are vegetables. We will eat the vegetables, right? Or go for the candied almonds. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's a great idea then. So they're on your website then? You've got all
Yes, I do. I have the recipe on my website too, and I hope you found all the tips helpful for kids at home.
Okay, I especially like this idea, even we have a toaster oven at work here, so I'm thinking we're all going to be making these little zucchini pizzas.
It works in the microwave too.
Oh, it does?
Yes, it does. You can totally put it in the microwave on high for, about 40, 50 seconds. As long as the cheese melts, and you're good to go.
Okay, with no tinfoil, obviously.
Obviously.
No.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Happy snacking.